Greetings, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Henley Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports with free HD video on mybasin.com. This afternoon's matchup features the Henley Hornets on the road against the North Valley Knights. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. I'm joined by Dick North this afternoon, and a little bit of a different start time today. It's a makeup game that was scheduled for last week. The Hornets and the Knights, two teams at very different levels in terms of the Skyline Conference. North Valley still searching for their first win, 0-14 on the season. They're 0-2 in conference play. Henley came out last night, got a big win. They're 9-5 on the season and 2-0 in league play. And now also playing on a back-to-back tonight for the Hornets.
Yeah, but I think they're in pretty good shape. I don't think that's going to affect them too much. I think they had a really good win last night against Mazama. I'm pretty sure that Hammond is planning on playing some kids that don't see a lot of board time tonight. But it should be a fun game to watch. I'm looking forward to this one. Mentioned
that last night. A big win against Mazama. Went on the road and beat the Vikings at Valhalla Court. That was a solid team win for the Hornets, and you mentioned you don't think they're out of shape coming into this one, or they're going to be tired coming into this one, because they really shared the load a lot yesterday.
They did. The scoring was pretty equitable all the way through the team. So last night Frank had 9, Hayes had 9, Boersma was team leader with 11, Stork had 8, Sheen had 10, Bennett had 10, and Fitz had 8. So you can't really score much more equally than what they did last night. So again, like I said, I think there are going to be some kids that see some time on the floor tonight that don't get a lot of playing time. So hopefully they do anyway.
We're really looking forward tonight to Hornets and the Knights coming up next on mybasin.com. When we come back, we're taking a look at the Skyline Conference and the top 10 in the state of Oregon at the 4A. Keep it here on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Hey, welcome you back to North Valley High School, the site of this afternoon's Skyline Conference game between the Henley Hornets and hometown North Valley Knights. Both these teams coming into tonight's matchup with a very different standings in the Skyline Conference. We'll take a look at the conference standings now. After the win last night, Henley is 2-0 in conference play, and they are atop of the Skyline Conference, also ranked 9th in the state. Klamath Union ended up dropping one to Hidden Valley last night, so they have fallen to 2-1, now in second place in the conference. You've got Mazama and Hidden Valley, each 1-1, tied for that kind of 3-4 spot. Phoenix is 1-2, and North Valley is 0-2. North Valley played Phoenix last night. It was only a 4-point game. That game was played at Phoenix. It was a 58-54 win for the Pirates, so both of these teams kind of coming off a short rest this evening.
The record that North Valley has, 0-14, I don't think is indicative of the level of play that these guys are capable of. I remember some of these kids from last year and the year before. Lobby, I know, as a senior, he does pretty well. So this isn't a game that Henley can take lightly, even though the record shows that these guys aren't doing that well. And hopefully Coach Hammond has talked to the kids about that, not to be overconfident, but I'm sure he probably has.
Looks like we are getting close to starting lineups and tip this afternoon at North Valley High School. Just north of the Climate City and Grants Pass. That's where we're at this afternoon. Again, this is a makeup game that's supposed to be played last Friday. The North Valley boys, worth mentioning, only 9 players on their varsity roster this afternoon, so when they got hit with COVID last week, it stopped them from being able to play. The girls did play last week. It was a dramatic win for the Knights, but now the boys finally get their shot at North Valley on the road. Going to take a quick break on the MyBasin.com game of the week, and when we come back, we are going to be ready for starting lineups and tip on MyBasin.com.
On Top Trees have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Appreciate you joining us this afternoon on MyBasin.com. The Henley Hornets getting ready to take on the North Valley Knights this afternoon. Again, a makeup contest scheduled to be played last week. Finally getting on the bus this afternoon and heading over to North Valley High School. And we are going to find out the starting lineups for the Henley Hornets. Number 4, a senior 6'1", Drew Frank. Number 10, a senior 5'8", Eli Hayes. Number 14, a junior standing 6'1", Shaw Stork. Number 22, a junior standing 6'2", Owen Sheen. And finally, a junior standing 6'4", number 32, Austin Fitz. The Hornets are coached by Luke Hammond. And now the starting lineup for the hometown North Valley Knights. Starting number 1, a sophomore, Stephen Lauby. Number 3, a senior, Gabriel Champion. Number 11, a senior, Max Cartwright. Number 15, a senior, Cruz Kilborn. And number 22, another senior, Matthew Hawkins. North Valley Knights tonight wearing their white uniforms with the yellow numbering and trim with the kind of maroon outline with the NV logo on their shorts. Henley tonight in their road navy uniforms, the same ones they wore last night. Henley written in cursive across the front with the yellow lettering and trim and white around the numbers. Looks like we are ready for basketball this afternoon. Appreciate you being with us as we get ready for the Skyline Conference contest. And again, in just a little while, we'll be on the radio as well on 104.3 and 960 Sports as the Oregon Tech Lady Owls are just wrapping up at Daniel Miles Court. All right. So the tip-off is going to be won by Henley, as it was Hayes who grabbed it, kicks it ahead to Sheen. He drives right baseline, tries to go up with his left hand, can't get it. Austin Fitz grabbed the rebound, and he's denied at the rim. So North Valley bringing it up now. It is Cartwright walking it up. He dishes it to Lobby. Lobby now over to Champion on the near side. It's Lobby on the right, guarded about 24 feet out. Pass was intended for Cartwright. He had a little bit of trouble corralling that one. And eventually the ball will go out of bounds, last touched by Henley. So North Valley will stay with possession. Owen Sheen back in the starting lineup tonight for the Hornets after Blaine Boersma took his spot last night. This afternoon, though, Sheen getting the nod and Boersma on the bench. Top of the key with it now is Cartwright. He dishes it over to Hawkins. Hawkins now near side to Champion. Now it's Hawkins with it. Gets it over to Lobby. Lobby kicks it outside to Champion. Thought about a three, now near side to Hawkins. Hawkins being guarded around the perimeter by Stork. Now over to Kilborn. Kilborn zips it across over to Cartwright. Cartwright tries to drive left with it. Drives down the lane, high off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Rebound is snagged by Kilborn. He tries to get it inside to Cartwright. Cartwright puts it on the deck on the right block. And now it's kicked outside to Lobby. Lobby with it now. Over to Cartwright. Cartwright to Kilborn. Kilborn trying to drive the lane, has it knocked away by Hayes. The ball bounces out to Lobby. Lobby kicks it over to Cruz for three. No good. And Cruz Kilborn, rather, the senior, taking that shot. With 6.5 to go in the game, it is scoreless, and Coach Hammond calls for time. We'll take 1-2 on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on MyBasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever. Wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face.
And we jump right back into the action on MyBasin.com. Hayes pulls up from three quickly and knocks it down. The first points of the game for either side go to the Hornets. Hayes with a quick bucket. Hit a couple of nice threes last night as well, en route to the victory over Mazama. Now it is Kilborn. With it now is Cartwright on the far side. He fakes going right, tries to drive right baseline, and a foul is called underneath. And this will be a non-shooting foul. Charge it to Fitz. Inbound pass, immediate to Lobby. He fires from three, but it looked like Sheen got a hand on it. And now the Hornets with it. Frank takes it up the timeline. Over to Stork. He goes up with it. Off the glass, no good. Fitz follows it up with a rebound and a bucket. 5-0 now. Henley leads. 5:47 to go in the first. And Henley already breaking out that a softer press, but they are still bothering the ball all the way up the floor. That time Sheen picks it away from Hawkins. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will remain Hawkins' ball. And welcome those of you listening on 104.3 and 960 Sports, the MyBasin.com Game of the Week, featuring the Henley Hornets and the North Valley Knights. Score right now, 5-0 with 5.5 to go in the first, so you join this one in progress. As Hawkins for North Valley with it now in the near corner. He tries to drive baseline, goes up with a floater, no good. Stork grabs the rebound. Stork races up the floor, a beautiful bounce pass to Sheen, but he can't convert. And now North Valley with it as they go from right to left. Kick it over to Lauby on the far side. Lauby turns around, outside to Kilborn. Kilborn thinks about driving the baseline, but he's now stuck. Puts up the shot, no good. Hayes skies for the rebound. He brings it up. Hayes over to Frank, far corner. Zips it inside to Fitz, who goes up and he gets the bucket. 4 points for Fitz tonight. I'll be over to Kilborn. Hawkins and Henley with that press, really making things difficult for North Valley. Is now it's Cartwright on the far side. Tries to go against Stork. Nice spin move to the right, goes up against Fitz, throws up a floater, no good. Rebound snagged by Champion. He goes back up with it on the left side and gets hacked, so he will head to the line for 2. Score 7-0 with 4.5 to go in the first. So the second free throw is no good from Fitz as he misses the rebound and grabbed by Stork. Stork racing up the floor, takes it strong with his right and can't get it. Lauby now takes it across the timeline for North Valley. He kicks it back over to Hawkins. And pardon me, that was Cartwright. Over to Lauby, now near side to Champion. Champion goes right with it, dishes it over to Kilborn. Kilborn guarded by Hayes on the perimeter. Zips it inside to Champion, who goes up with the shot and gets it. Score now 7-2. Henley still leads. Eli Hayes now bringing it to the near side. That's the right as Sheen brings it over to the free throw line. Kicks it inside to Fitz, who takes some contact. No foul called underneath the bucket. And really a nice block from Champion there as he got that one. 3.5 to go now in the first. Kicking it near side to Champion. Champion is going to pass it to Hawkins, who gets fouled as Luke Bennett gets ready to check in the game. And a substitution coming in now for the Hornets. It's going to be Sudi, Boersma, and Bennett checking in for Stork, Frank, and Fitz. Hawkins to inbound. Sticks it to Lobby. Lobby now just beyond the arc. On the left block now. Zips it back outside to Kilborn. Kilborn now over to Cartwright, far side. Back to Lobby. Lobby head fakes a 3, drives left side, tries to get it across to Kilborn, but he's fouled during the pass. And a foul going to be called on Sheen, so Stork gets ready to check back into the game. It's the second foul on Sheen. Henley already 4 team fouls, North Valley none. Inbound pass to Lobby on the near side. Lobby tries to bring it around top of the perimeter. Steps back from about 17 feet out. Bounces it inside to Cartwright on the left side. Loses it, and Stork takes it away. Pass into the front court to Boersma. He tries to drive left baseline and gets fouled driving to the hoop. It's going to be on the floor. And so Henley will inbound it. Eli Hayes to inbound. Gets it over to Boersma, far side. He gets it over to Sudi. Sudi over to Bennett. Bennett drives inside, throws up about a 14-footer, can't get it, follows his own shot. Outside to Hayes from 15, and that's good. 9-2, the Hornets lead with 2:41 to go in the first. Pass goes into the front court to Champion. He takes it strong with the right hand and answers right back with 2 points of his own. 9-4 with 2.5 to go in the first. Hayes handing it to Stork, top of the key. Stork to Boersma, near side. Passes it over to Bennett, now to Stork. Stork kicks it out to Sudi, and now Boersma far side. Henley passing around the perimeter nicely as Bennett with it now. Kicks it to Boersma. Inside to Stork. On that right block, Stork hands it off to Sudi, who's driving to the bucket. He loses the handle on it, and North Valley picks it away. It's going to be Kilborn bringing it up the floor. And now it's Hawkins. Hawkins tries to get it over to, I believe that was Kilborn, but it's picked away by Stork and a foul in transition. Charge it to Max Cartwright, the senior. And Henley inbounds it to Sudi, now to Hayes as he brings it across the timeline for the Hornets. He's on the left side. Bouncing it inside to Boersma from about 8, and a jump ball underneath as Boersma went up for the shot and looked like he made contact with Champion down low. It's a held ball, possession North Valley. Laube now racing into the front court, one-on-one against Hayes. He's on the right side. Laube driving right baseline, meets the double team by Stork. Now to Hawkins. Hawkins top of the key. Great job by Sudi to keep that one from going out of bounds. Racing up the floor and getting the bucket on the other side was Boersma. And he shows supreme effort on both sides of the ball. Boersma averaging 4 points a game and 5 rebounds, adding 2 assists. He's the team leader in assists this season. Timeout on the floor, 11-4 the score. 1:21 to go in the first. The Hornets lead.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. 1:21 to go in the first. 11-4 is the score. The Hornets lead. It's going to be North Valley to start with possession coming out of the timeout. The 5 on the floor for the Hornets. It's Bennett, Stork, Hayes, Boersma, and Sudi. Hawkins badgered at about a full court, and the entire Hornets defense pressing now against the Knights. Finally, Cartwright gets it. Now back to Laube. Laube kicking it near side to Hawkins. Hawkins dribbling about the half-court logo, zipping it over to Cartwright on the far side. Cartwright trying to get it inside to Champion, but the ball is swatted away by a Hornets player down low, so possession remains with the Knights as Drew Frank checks in for Joe Sudi. Inbound pass goes to Cartwright on the right block. Fakes going up with it, spins around to his right, goes strong, and he gets the bucket. 9-6. The Hornets, 11-6 as the Hornets still lead. Boersma thought about a 3, bouncing it over to Stork at the free throw line. Stork kicks it outside to Bennett. Bennett guarded on the far side by Kilborn. Hayes fakes moving right, goes left, gets it inside to Stork, drives to the bucket. Frank going strong with the left. He can't convert. Boersma steals the rebound away, and that's what we talk about when we see things from Blaine Boersma. Those steals, it's his first one of the night. And again, he leads the team, averaging about 2 a game. 10 seconds now to go in the first. 13-6 the score. It's now Hawkins. That was Kilborn. Kicks it over to Hawkins, who drives the baseline, tries to throw it up with his left at the buzzer, can't quite get it, so we go to the second quarter with a score of 13-6. The Henley Hornets lead.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
The score heading into the second quarter, 13-6. The Hornets lead. 5 on the floor for them starting this second quarter is Frank, Bennett, Fitz, Boersma, and Stork. Hornets take it now, going left to right. Boersma takes the inbound pass. He brings it to the right side, kicks it back to Stork, now far side to Bennett. Bennett bounces it over to Boersma, zips it inside to Stork from about 15. Stork goes left with it. Acrobatic shot, but it doesn't go. He does get fouled. And Stork will go to the line for 2. Stork so far this season averaging just over 7.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds and 3 assists. He's also third on the team in steals with 1.6 a game. Getting his first free throws of the evening here. And misses. Henley is only shooting 55% from the line so far this year. I'm sure Coach Hammond would like to improve those numbers.
Yeah, that's not something you want to be proud of.
Yeah. Stork's second free throw is good. So the score now 14-6 with 7:45 to go in the first half. Gets it over to Laube. He tries to get it over to Hawkins, but it's picked away by Stork, who goes one-on-one and gets fouled. So Stork, a couple more chances at the line. And they're charging the foul to Champion. Fourth team foul for the Knights. And Henley's played pretty clean ball for the past 5 or so minutes. They came out and got 4 quick fouls and have since not accrued one. Meantime, the North Valley Knights have put up 4 team fouls. Stork he hits the first free throw. And now the second one on the way. Gets that one too. So 16-6, 7:36 to go in the second. As it's Hawkins who's going to attempt to bring it up for the Knights. Hawkins gets it back, tries to take some screens on his way up the floor. Back over to Laube, the point guard, sophomore. Back near side to Hawkins. Hawkins takes the screen, top of the key. And it looked like Champion lost a handle on it. Frank took it away, goes strong on the other side. Stork gets the rebound after the miss and travels trying to put it back up. So North Valley to inbound underneath their own bucket. Laube gets it. And he is pestered by Boersma every step of the way. Laube now zipping it over to Hawkins. Hawkins puts it on the deck, thinks about pulling up from 3, decides better of it, guarded by Fitz on the perimeter. Lofting the pass inside to Cartwright, but it's knocked away by the Hornets. Loose ball picked up by the Knights. Laube kicking it inside to Cartwright, who goes up with the shot, and it falls. 16-8 with 6:41 to go in the second. Stork bringing it up the floor now for the Hornets. Hands it off to Frank. No, instead kicks it inside to Fitz. Fights through a double team to get the bucket on the inside. Back up to a 10-point game, 18-8. 6:24 to go in the second. Laube bounces it over to Hawkins. Hawkins now brings it around the world, loses a handle on it, and that ball still loose, picked up at the free throw line by Stork. So he's going to take it up for the Hornets. Stork inside to Fitz, has a wide open lane, but he gets fouled by Champion. And the thing about North Valley, we saw it in the JV game, they have to be really wary about kids getting into foul trouble. They finished the JV game with only 4 players on the floor because they had only 6 on their roster, 2 kids fouled out. So tonight they've got 9, which should be enough. But you saw Champion a little bit frustrated because he knows that he can't get into too much foul trouble. His first free throw from Fitz misses.
Yeah, he's got 3 fouls, and he's the only person on North Valley that scored, so he's responsible for all 8 of their points.
So he's going to have to come out for a little while as the first free throw from Fitz missed, and he's got the second one coming up. That one is good, so an 11-point lead. North Valley taking their time, moving it up the floor. Hawkins has to cross half court, and he finally does, picked up by Stork at about half court. Over to Laube. Laube driving left side, bounces it over to Cartwright, who took a 3, no good. Rebound Stork. The Hornets now into the front court. That goes out of bounds, possession Knights. And so Laube takes the inbound pass. Also into the game for North Valley is Blake Guerrero. As he takes it around, dishes it over to Cartwright, far side. Cartwright slings it over to Kilborn, who takes a 3, tries to bank it in, can't get it. Fitz takes the rebound, and I believe he had that ball picked loose by Kilborn, who last touched it. No. So Fitz did last touch it, so it'll be Knights ball underneath their own bucket.
Yeah, he and Stork got in a little battle over the ball.
Laube takes the inbound pass to the near side beyond the arc, taking it around. Takes the screen set by Kilborn, and now tries to drive inside. Outside to Kilborn. Kicks it over to Guerrero. Guerrero back to Laube. Laube now to Kilborn on the far side. Kilborn takes a three off the front iron, no good. Rebound North Valley. Hawkins get it, pumps fakes, gets Sheen off his feet, misses the shot, and Henley gets the rebound. Eli Hayes racing up into the front court. He's on the left side, outside to Stork. Stork fakes right, goes left, and kicks it to Hayes. Hayes to Frank. Frank thought about a three, but instead passes it to Stork. Now to Hayes, far side. Frank now with it on the left elbow. Kicks it outside to Sheen. Sheen thought about a three, goes inside. Free throw line jumper, no good. And it'll be a North Valley rebound. Laube trying to pick up the pace for North Valley. Kicks it to Guerrero. 18-foot shot. That one's good. 19-10 now. Henley leads with 4:15 to go in the first half. Hayes kicks it far side to Sheen. Sheen doesn't like the three, so he dishes it inside to Fitz, who takes some contact, gets the bucket, no foul, and Fitz making this an 11-point game at 21-10. With it now is Laube. Laube spins around and kicks it to Kilborn. Kilborn has that one picked away by Sheen. One-on-one against Kilborn. Sheen on the other side converts on the hoop, 23-10. So now it is Laube. Laube about half court. Kicks it inside to Hawkins. Back to Laube. It took a mid-range shot from the free throw line. That one didn't fall. Henley now on the other side. Sheen over to Hayes. Now to Stork beyond the arc. Stork puts it on the deck. Kicks it over to Sheen. Thought about a three. Decides to drive baseline. Banks that one in. It rolls around the world and finally falls. 23-12. Coach Jason Laube taking a timeout. We'll take one too. 3:12 to go in the second. The Hornets lead 25-10.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
And welcome you back to the second quarter of this game between the North Valley Knights and the Henley Hornets. Right now, Henley leads 25-10, 3:12 to go in the second. Nick, Henley's played some pretty aggressive defense tonight. They've gotten a lot of steals, creating some North Valley turnovers.
They have. That's the thing that's fun to watch about Henley. They play so quickly, and, if somebody loses his man, somebody else picks him up. They're the most aggressive team I've watched in the Skyline, I think, for a couple of years as far as defense, so it's a really fun game to watch.
The teams head back out on the floor. The five for Henley. It's Sudi, Hayes, Sheen, Frank, and Marcus McCready has checked into the game. The sophomore, 6'6", the tallest player listed on the Hornets roster. Inbound pass over to Hawkins. Hawkins takes it up for the Knights. Bouncing it inside to Cartwright. Cartwright on the right block. Tries to go up against McCready. Hawkins gets it back. Has to fight through some contact, and he does, just can't hit the shot. Sudi grabs the rebound. Over to Frank. Frank, near corner. Back to Sudi. Sudi, catch and shoot three off the front of the rim, no good. Sheen battles for the rebound, puts it on the deck at the left elbow, and it's picked away by Laube. Laube against Frank. He goes up, and he gets it. 25-12 is the score. There's a bucket for the Hornets on the other side.
Yeah, he's put up a nice three. That was a sweet shot.
28-12, 2:10 to go in the second. Laube bouncing it inside to Cartwright, hands it back to Laube as he drives the left side and gets fouled on the floor with 2:05 to go in the second. Charge the foul to Frank. And now the 5th team foul for the Hornets. So Sheen takes a seat on the bench. It's his third. Kilborn. Kicks it over now to Hawkins, the senior, guarded by Schutte. Takes a screen on the far side, dishes it back to Laube. Laube trying to drive inside the free throw line, bouncing it back outside to Guerrero. Guerrero kicks it to Cartwright. Cartwright fakes going right, decides to go left with it, goes up with the right hand and gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2. Charge the foul to Shaw Stork, the 6'1 junior. 16 fouls now for the Hornets. One more puts North Valley in the bonus. The free throw is no good from Hawkins, so we get a second chance here. Hawkins, second free throw, off the rim, no good. McCready gets the rebound. He tries to get it over to Schutte, but it goes out of bounds. So North Valley will get the ball right back. And so now it's North Valley ball. Zipping it over to Kilborn for 3, and he splashes it. Now just a 13-point game, 28-15, the Hornets lead. There's 1:29 to go in the first half. McCready kicks it outside to Frank, steps to the side for 3, tries to answer back, can't quite do it. McCready gets the rebound inside to Schutte on the right elbow. Schutte is bothered for the basketball. Loose ball finally picked up by Boersma, tries to save it from going out of bounds, but it's picked up by the Knights. This time Laube stops at the free throw line, dishes it outside to Guerrero, who's guarded by Frank along the near side perimeter. Kicks it to Laube. Laube step back 3 from 23, no good. Frank with the rebound. Frank hustles into the front court, over to Hayes. Not about stepping into a 3, bounces it inside to McCready. McCready trying to get it over to Boersma, but it's picked away by Guerrero. Guerrero now with it on the other side for the Knights. On the near corner, hassled by Frank. He lofts one in there to Cartwright. Loose ball picked up by Kilborn. He tries to get it back inside to Cartwright. Kilborn picks it right back up. Now Laube beyond the perimeter. Kicking it over to Robinson, who's checked into the game. 3-pointer taken by Kilborn. He doesn't quite hit it. So the Knights, empty possession now with 13 seconds to go in the half. The Hornets a chance to take the final shot, up 13. Frank over to Hayes. Hayes getting it to Schutte. Schutte kicks it outside to Frank. Corner 3 at the buzzer, no good. We go to halftime with a score of 28-15. The Hornets leading the Knights on the road. You got the MyBasin.com game of the week on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
We welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. The Henley Hornets lead at half, 28-15. Dick, they've been led by some great defense by guys like Blaine Boersma. Fitz has done a nice job defending down low, and really that's been the story of the game so far is Henley's defense.
Henley's defense is always the story of the game, but unfortunately, you know, they have an offensive side also, and they've done pretty well. As far as scoring, Hayes has 8, Fitz has 9, Boersma has 4, Stork has 3, and Shane has 4. For North Valley, Lobby has 2. Champion is by far the lead scorer for North Valley with 8. Kilbourne has 3, and Garreau has 2. So, you know, I think with this game, you know, Henley obviously plays, you know, really fast ball. This, you know, I wanted to say stuff about shot clock in the first quarter because the first bucket was scored with about actually probably a minute and a half into the game. Henley took the first shot, and then North Valley just kind of sat on it, passed around the perimeter. I wish that they would have a shot clock in high school basketball. I think it'd make the game a lot more entertaining and a lot more fun. And for teams like Henley, who loves to run, it would be to their advantage.
Well, either way, with the rules that are set up here tonight, Henley has still played a quality game against the Knights team. Again, they're 0-14. They're down by 13 coming into the second half. But again, it's one of those things where they've just been hounded by Henley's defense. They've created some decent shots that just aren't falling.
That's true. You know, and they've had a few more turnovers than they probably would have had. Right now they've got 8 turnovers. You know, but some of the kids that normally sit the bench a lot more are getting some playing time. Joe Sudi's playing. Marcus McCready is playing. Both of them gotten some substantial minutes. And, you know, it's kind of, you know, you watch these kids that are relative, I don't want to say inexperienced, but aren't used to playing at a faster level like this, and it's easy for them to turn the ball over. They make sloppy passes that aren't quite as crisp as maybe some of the varsity players normally do. And I think that's been something. But, you know, a game like this, you know, technically Henley looks better on paper than North Valley. And I know, you know, Coach Hammond wants to give his other kids some playing time, so I expect to see some more from those kids in the second half also.
Really looking forward to it. Henley leads right now at halftime, 28-15. When we come back, we're going to take a look at what's happening up at Danny Miles Court. The Oregon Tech Owls in action. Also, we'll take a look at the Skyline Conference when we come back on My.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. The Henley Hornets leading at halftime over the North Valley Knights, 28-15. Take a look now at the Skyline Conference standings, which sees Henley at the top with a 2-0 league mark, 9-5 overall in the season. Klamath Union dropped one to Hidden Valley last night. They fell to 2-1, but still in second place in the Skyline Conference. Mazama and Hidden Valley kind of tied for that 3-4 spot. Each team 1-1 in conference play. Now Mazama does have the better overall record at 7-8. Hidden Valley's 3-9. And then you've got Phoenix and North Valley. As a matter of fact, Phoenix just picked up their first league win last night when they hosted these North Valley Knights and beat them by 4, 58-54. So looking at a tight Skyline Conference, it is kind of shaped up to be kind of a top-heavy conference, but still, these are the games that Henley still has to come out in the second half. They're up by 13. You can't let this one slip away.
No, and I'm sure Coach Hammond's in the locker room telling them, look, you guys have a 13-point lead. Don't squander it. They're going to come out shooting. They're going to come out. They're going to press. This is one of my predictions. That's a pretty easy one. I know they're going to press. And, you don't want to give up a game that should be a relatively easy win to a team like North Valley. North Valley has something to prove, and there's nothing they'd like to do than knock down the top of the conference. They're 0-14. I don't know what their preseason was like, who they played, but, I know that they would like to win this game, and they're going to work hard to do that.
28-15 the score at half. Going to take one more break with you on the halftime show when we come back, ready for third quarter action from North Valley High School in Grants Pass. Right now the Hornets lead at 28-15.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Getting ready for the third quarter this afternoon from North Valley High School. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. I'm joined tonight by Dick North as the Hornets get ready to head back out on the court to start this second half. It's going to be Fitz, Sheen, Hayes, Frank, and Stork, the original 5 for the Hornets. North Valley still waiting to get their guys out onto the floor, but it looks like it's going to be Laube, Champion, Cartwright, Kilbourne, and Hawkins.
So the ref's out discussing carrying the ball.
Is that what's going on?
Yeah, he is. He's showing Henley what they can't do. And I remember we were over here, I think the year before last we were over here, and the refs in North Valley, we talked about, they specialize in certain kinds of calls. And I remember North Valley called carrying the ball about 7 times.
Yeah, and last week when I was over here for the girls' game as well, as the same story. But to this point in the game, there hasn't been a held ball call. But they are talking about it out there as both the teams out onto the floor, and that is the starting 5 for North Valley. Laube, Champion, Cartwright, Kilbourne, and Hawkins. North Valley starts with the ball. Inbound pass is going to go to Laube in the backcourt as he takes it from left to right. Drives the lane on the right side, misses the shot. Rebound grabbed by Frank. It was a loose ball, still picked up by Henley. Sheen from the right elbow tries to take a shot, gets his own rebound. Bounce get inside to Fitz. Tries to body up Kilbourne down low, misses, gets his own rebound, throws up another shot, can't get it. Frank follows it with a board and throws up another shot. They can't convert. So an empty possession for the Hornets as the Knights take it up the floor. It's over to Hawkins, near side. Hawkins zipping it over to Laube, well beyond the arc. Laube to Champion, who has 8 points tonight for the Knights. Kicking it over to Hawkins. Hawkins beyond the key, trying to bounce it over to Cartwright. Going to get inside to Hawkins. He's carrying it beyond the arc, steps into a three, thought better of it, now back to Laube. North Valley really slowing things down. Laube tries to drive left side, kicks it outside to Hawkins, who drives in, goes up from about 10 and gets fouled. So that sends Hawkins to the line, and they charge the foul to Sheen. First free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Second free throw on the way from Hawkins, the senior for North Valley. The Knights are dropping down to the 3A classification next year due to dwindling numbers at school. It's not because of winning or losing or anything like that, just reclassifying every 4 years for the OSAA. North Valley going to be at 3A until 2026. Laube tries to throw up a floater, can't quite get it. Rebound Henley. As Sheen races up the floor, stops at the three-point line. Frank now near side. Frank kicks it to Hayes, top of the key. Hayes between the legs, trying to go right with it. Over to Sheen in the far corner. Sheen drives the lane into Fitz from 10 and passes it outside to Frank. Frank inside to Hayes, tries to bounce it to Fitz. He can't corral it. Hayes able to grab the loose ball. He zips it across the court to Sheen from 14 feet. He can't get it. Back iron, no good. North Valley grabs the rebound. And it's Kilborn with it on the far side. Now to Laube. Laube zipping it over to Cartwright. Cartwright trying to get it inside the champion, but instead kicks it to his right and finds Hawkins. Hawkins now guarded by Stork, top of the key to Laube near side. Laube trying to drive baseline. Has that ball knocked away by Hayes, but Eli was stepping out of bounds, so it'll be North Valley ball. So Hawkins looking to find Laube near side, tries to drive baseline. Back outside to the free throw line as he's able to handle the basketball well is Stefan Laube. Pass intended inside for Champion, knocked away by the Hornets. Sheen with it now into the front court, kicks it to Stork on the far side. Stork going in, and before the shot, there is a foul on the floor. It looks like it's going to go against North Valley, so the Hornets will stay with possession. Charge the foul to Hawkins. And Boersma and Bennett checking in for Fitz and Frank in the Hornets. Hayes lofts it in there to Boersma, top of the key. He zips it over to Stork. Stork fakes right, goes left, trying to drive the lane, has it picked away by North Valley. And now Hawkins racing the floor, one-on-one against Sheen, and he gets a hand on it. Bennett grabs the rebound. Now Hayes in a 3-on-3 fast break, kicks it ahead to Stork, and he can't get it to fall. Now it's Hawkins with it on the other side. Hawkins kicks it to Laube near corner. Laube dribbles left with it, takes the Cartwright screen, bounces it over to Hawkins, but it's picked away by Boersma. Boersma and Bennett in a 1-on-2 fast break and tries to go up with it. Cartwright is there to make the play. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Cartwright. It will remain Hornets basketball. Inbound pass to Stork. Stork zipping it to Hayes. Corner three, can't get it. Rebound Bennett, he goes back up and nails it. Score 30-15 with 4:29 to go in the third. You've got the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 60 Sports.
What rhymes with eat?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. 30-15 the score. The Hornets lead with 4:29 to go in the third. The Knights will start with possession as we get back into play. So now it's Hawkins who inbounds it to Laube. Almost goes out of bounds. Laube corrals it, battling for a loose ball, and Coach Laube takes a timeout. We're going to stick with you through this one. Get you an update on what's happening up at Oregon Tech. The Lady Owls dropping one a little bit earlier today to Northwest University. But right now in the first half at Danny Miles Court, the Owls up 29-22 with about 7:10 to go in that first half. The Owls grabbed a win last night against the Evergreen State, looking to improve to 14-1 in Cascade Collegiate Conference play. If you'd like to listen to that game, you could tune on over to 92.5 KLAD. Join Mike Garrard and Bobby Thompson on the call. As it looks like both teams are getting ready to head back out onto the floor.
Yeah, Coach Hammond's a little bit fired up on the last call. The kid was standing out of bounds, and the ref was standing right in front of us. He's out by a good 6 inches.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't call it. He's got good reason to be unhappy, but that's okay. Luke's over it now.
By my count, at least in the games that we've broadcast, he's only picked up one technical on the season, so that's pretty good, all things considered.
You know, I've been around him, as I've mentioned, a long time, and my kids played for him, and I've seen him pretty intense, and he's lost his cool a few times. But
Bennett for Henley tries to go up on the right side, can't quite get it. And it's Champion, who grabbed the rebound. Now ahead to Cartwright in the front court. 2-on-2 fast break. He slows it down, zipping it over to Kilborn, who took a three, can't quite get it to fall. And now it's Sheen. Tries to get it over to Boersma on the far side. Bouncing it inside to Sheen. Goes up with the left hand, and he can't quite get it. Hawkins now zipping it over to Cartwright. Cartwright bouncing it outside to Laube. Laube dishing it to Hawkins. Hawkins moving right with it. Bouncing it inside to Cartwright. Cartwright thinks about going left. Spins around to his right. Goes up with the right hand fadeaway. Can't get it. Stork with the rebound. And a foul called as Stork came down with it. They're going to get Cartwright with the foul. Slow start to the second half, Dick. Not too much scoring from either side.
No, it hasn't. You know, it's kind of interesting. You know, we mentioned sometimes referees specialize in calling certain things. Well, these guys, their specialty is definitely not fouls.
Boersma, top of the key, kicking it over to Bennett. Catch and shoot three on the far side, and he knocks it down. Great shot there by Bennett. Makes it 33-15. Laube walks it up the floor into Cartwright on the left elbow. Cartwright back outside to Kilborn. Kilborn takes the Cartwright screen, guarded by Stork, zips it across to Hawkins. Hawkins guarded by Boersma. Boersma gets a hand on it, knocks it loose, but Hawkins able to grab it. Hawkins tries to find Laube, far side. Laube from the three-point line, bouncing it over to Cartwright. Cartwright guarded by Sheen. Spins to his right, tries to go up with the shot, dishing it inside to Kilborn, back outside to Hawkins for three, back iron no good. Rebound snagged by Champion, who puts it back up and in. So North Valley trying to answer back. Score now 33-17 with 2:11 to go in the third. Hayes outside to Bennett, thought about a three, steps to the rim as it blocked by Champion. And now the Knights bringing it up. Ball going to be last touched by Boersma as it goes out of bounds. He tried to pick it away from Hawkins, but he did touch it last as Frank checks into the game for Stork.
Boersma saved an easy two on that one.
It's a good defensive play, even though North Valley gets the ball back. Inbound pass to Champion. He gets it from about 10, puts it on the deck, goes strong to the hoop, and he knocks it down. 33-19 now. Hornets still lead with 1:48 to go in the third. Hayes bouncing it inside to Sheen at the free throw line, puts it on the deck, kicks it outside to Boersma near corner. Now to Hayes, near side, over to Bennett. Bennett, open three, it falls.
Tell you what, that kid's got a sweet shot from the outside.
He does. 36-19 now. The Hornets lead with 1:27 to go in the third. Laube trying to direct traffic well beyond the three-point arc. Kicks it near side to Hawkins. Bothered by Boersma, bouncing it inside the Champion on the right block, throws up a shot, can't get it. And Sheen with the rebound. Sheen kicks it outside to Boersma, who takes the three, can't get it to fall. Champion with the rebound. Laube bouncing it to Cartwright. Cartwright at the free throw line, takes the jump shot and swishes it. 15-point game, 36-21. Hornets lead with 45 to go in the third. Frank bounces it over to Sheen, who gets it into Boersma, high off the glass, and it falls 38-21. Now 34 seconds to go in the third. Hawkins takes the screen, bouncing it over to Kilborn, back to Hawkins beyond the three-point arc. Hawkins over to Laube. Laube back to Hawkins. Some perimeter passing. It looks like North Valley content to try to take the last shot of the quarter with 15 seconds left. Tries to get it inside to Kilborn. The pass knocked away by Boersma. Getting it in transition. He gets the bucket and the foul. What else can you say about Blaine Boersma? He's not going to be a guy that you talk about a lot on this team just because he might not make the flashy plays, but he makes the gritty plays, Dick. He's really good.
He is. He works really hard. He got himself open on that. That was a great block down underneath, and they fed it out to Boersma. It was a beautiful pass, and he capitalized on it.
He's going to go to the line for one. Henley again shooting around 54% on the season from the free throw line. The shot from Boersma, front of the rim, no good. He follows his own shot, gets the rebound, high off the glass, can't get it. Fitz grabs the board, spins around with his left, he can't get it, and Cartwright finally grabs the rebound for the Knights. That will bring us to the end of the third quarter. They score 40-21. The Henley Hornets in control of this game on the road. They lead the Knights on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And we are ready for the fourth quarter of action this afternoon from Merlin, Oregon, just north of Grants Pass at North Valley High School. 40-21. The Hornets lead the Knights on the road. Is a makeup game from last week. And so far, the Hornets making it worth the wait this far, Dick.
Yeah, they are. They're playing really hard. They've got 19-point lead, and they're just doing everything they possibly can. I mean, they've got this really sweet play where they hit the side, kind of on the wing, and then a kid breaks up the middle of the key, and they're working that to perfection. Like, they've been hammered a few times underneath, and they should have had some buckets that they weren't credited with. They should have been at the free throw line a little more than they were, but they're working the offense, and it's working out for them.
So the Hornets get the inbound pass. Hayes thinks about a three quickly, kicks it to Frank on the far side. He's bringing it mid-range, back outside to Hayes. Hayes steps back beyond the arc, getting it inside to Boersma, who goes strong to the hoop, can't get it. Fitz with the rebound, goes up with the left, no good. Boersma grabbed the rebound, saves it from going out of bounds, and bounces it to Frank. Hornets keep possession. Hayes over to Boersma now, far side. Boersma hassled by Laube, and now bouncing it over to Hayes, far side. Over to Sudi. Sudi about 27 feet out, dishing it to Boersma. Boersma now to Fitz on the inside, tries to find Frank, and can't quite get it done. North Valley bringing it up the floor. They trail by 19. Kilborn in the near corner, trying to get it inside to Cartwright, but Fitz got a hand on it. And now Frank bringing it up the floor, trying to get it inside, and he travels. So North Valley takes it. Substitution in for the Knights is Garrow comes in. Was that? Did Laube lose his shoe? Oh, no. He's just got a towel. That's not Laube either. That is Robinson. Seven minutes and counting to go in the fourth and final quarter, as North Valley promptly turns the ball over with the pass intended to Kilbourne. So Henley takes it underneath their own basket. Hayes races across the floor, over to Frank, top of the key, getting over to Sudi. Sudi bouncing it into Fitz on the right side. Kicks it back over to Sudi. Now to Hayes near side, bouncing it inside to Boersma, who goes up, gets fouled. No bucket, but he will get 2 chances at the line. And Boersma's been the one running that play that you mentioned, Dick, where he's going up for the shot. He has gotten hacked a few times, but now he's starting to get those free throws that he hoped he had gotten in the first half.
Yeah, hopefully he can capitalize on them. So far he's got 8 in the game.
Can't quite hit the first one.
You know, if Henley could make their free throws, they'd be up by about 30.
Boersma's second free throw, also no good. The rebound taken in by Cartwright. Now it is Hawkins, hassled by Boersma. Laube now, top of the key, well beyond the three-point arc. Gets it over to Cartwright. Cartwright takes the three, high arcing shot, no good. That one rattled around the rim, but Austin Fitz cleans the glass. Ahead now to Frank. Frank on the near side, zips it inside to Fitz from 10, puts it on the deck, bounces it outside to Boersma. Boersma now to Frank. Frank dribbles into a three-point shot, front of the rim, no good. Battling for the rebound. Sudi got a hand on it, but Laube is going to take it. The Knights regain possession. Laube near side, bouncing it to Kilbourne, who catches. He shoots three. No good. Rebound by Fitz. Henley has been board dominant so far in this game. Fitz doing some work down low. Frank on the other side, kicks it to Boersma. Now to Fitz. From the free throw line, jump shot, no good. And the rebound snagged by Kilbourne. As there's a foul called. Kickball violation, yeah. Bennett, Sheen, and Stork checking in for Fitz, Boersma, and Sudi. Now to Laube as he takes the inbound pass. Over to Kilbourne. Kilbourne guarded on the near side by Frank. Takes the Cartwright screen, still beyond the key. Inside to Cartwright, who goes up with the shot. High arcing shot, and it looked like Frank might have gotten a hand on it too.
Oh, he did. He blocked that. But I don't know how that ball went in.
That was some nice assist from gravity there. Stork trying to go left with it, decides to get it to Hayes. Hayes bouncing it inside to Stork. Stork underhand passes it outside to Bennett. Bennett back to Stork. Takes a step at the right elbow, goes inside, can't get the shot. Rebound goes out of bounds, last touched by Kilbourne. And so, checking into the game, we've got Champion. He'll sub in for Garo. No, scratch that. Kilbourne comes out. Inbound pass goes to Frank, near corner, over to Stork. Stork now to Bennett, near side. Corner three, no good. Bennett does follow his own shot, puts it on the deck, has it knocked away by Laube. And it is North Valley with the ball. Zipping it over to Laube, near corner. Gets inside. Cartwright now with it on the left block. Goes up, spins around with the shot, and he gets that one to fall. Another nice shot from Cartwright with a little help from the basketball gods.
It's home court bounce, I guess.
Stork head fakes on the other side, drives to the hoop and lays it up with his left. 42-25 now. The Hornets lead with 4:12 to go in the fourth. Going up with the shot, a high arcer, no good. Rebound Frank. And Henley now takes it up the floor. Over to Stork. Stork puts it on the deck, passes it back outside to Sheen. Thought about a three, now to Frank. He takes one from 23 and swishes it. 20-point lead now as Coach Laube takes time. 45-25, 3:47 to go in the final quarter. We're going to take a break on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. on 104.3 and Z Sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we are back in the MyBasin.com game of the week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. A 20-point ball game. Henley leads with 3:47 to go, 45-25. A three-point shot really helping the Hornets separate themselves from North Valley in this last about quarter and a half.
You know, the three-point shots are great to watch. They impresses the crowd, impresses me. But the way Henley hustles, I think, is making the difference in this game. And I mean, even though they got a 20-point lead, they're acting like they just barely started the game. And, that's something that this team is noted for. Their defensive play is really good. Their offensive play is really good. They don't take stupid shots generally. They work the ball underneath, and they should have been at the line a bunch more than they have been tonight. But they're playing really well.
Laube for North Valley takes it, zips it over to Kilborn. Thought about a three, now to Champion. Champion now to Hawkins. Hawkins guarded by Bennett. Takes the Cartwright screen. Lofts it over to Kilborn, now to Laube. Laube trying to drive left side. Kicks it out to Kilborn. He thinks about one from 19 feet. Back outside to Laube. Laube trying to get it into Champion, but Sudi got a hand on it. Stork is harassed as he grabbed the loose ball. I believe they're going to call that a foul on Champion. And that is the case.
It's 4 on him. Hidden Valley has this interesting thing when they sub, they give this kid this little yellow towel and he takes it and hands it to the person that he's subbing for.
Interesting, yeah, I did notice. That's why I thought that Laube had lost his shoe earlier because he was holding this yellow thing. I was like, did the sole of his shoe come out? But that was just not the case.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in all the years I've watched basketball. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I guess that way they make sure they only have 5 players on the floor.
I guess so.
The towels out there, they got too many.
So Henley with it now on the near side as it's Sudi. Sudi putting it on the deck, getting it to Boersma, left elbow. Dribbles, tries to go around to the right side. He gets fouled and makes the shot. Again, Boersma with the strong take to the rim. He gets some more free throw opportunities. Score 47-25 with 3:04 to go in the fourth. The Hornets lead. The free throw from Boersma is no good. Henley gets North Valley gets the rebound. Hawkins kicks it near side. Bouncing it into Cartwright, who's guarded by McCready. He's checked into the game. Cartwright tries to drive inside. Bouncing it out to Hawkins, who drains 3. Score 47-28 now with 2:40 to go in the game. Henley leads. North Valley playing some aggressive defense. It's Bennett now kicking it over to Frank on the far side. Frank trying to dribble in over to McCready from about 14. He puts it in and travels. And Aiden Hayes, the sophomore 5'10", checks into the game. Haven't gotten to see too much of him, the younger brother of Eli Hayes. I want to see them on the floor together. I want to see that brotherly connection, Dick.
All right, I'll tell Hammond.
Yeah, relay that message for me. All right, North Valley with the ball on the near side. Kilborn with it. Kicks it over to Cartwright beyond the arc. Hawkins thought about 3, drives inside, and a whistle.
It's going to be on Bennett.
Only the second team foul for the Hornets in this half. Compare that to 6 for the Knights. Cartwright with it on the left block. He's kind of double teamed, but he's feeling the pressure from McCready. Goes strong. High arcing shot with the right. Can't get it to fall. McCready with the rebound. And now the Hornets racing up the floor. Boersma goes up with it. Can't get it. Follows his own shot with the rebound and gets fouled going back up with it. Another chance at the line for Blaine Boersma. Foul charged to Hawkins. And the yellow towel comes back out as we've got a substitution for North Valley. First free throw's good.
I really want to ask the North Valley coach about that.
And there's the transfer. Checking out of the game was Hawkins. Now Boersma. Chance to make it a 2-for-2 trip, and he does. 21-point game, 49-28, under 2 to go now in the fourth quarter as the Hornets lead. Some substitutions in for North Valley as Dane Kissel in the game. Boersma takes the inbound pass after it goes out of bounds. Boersma to Bennett. Bennett takes the Boersma screen, drives inside from about 8, can't get it to fall. Rebound snagged by North Valley. Full court pass for the Knights. Kissel able to corral it, keeps it from going out of bounds. He gets a look from 3 in the corner, can't get it to fall. And a foul called against the Hornets. Charge a foul to Bennett. And that will put North Valley in the bonus. Cartwright, fadeaway jump shot, can't get that one to go. McCready with the rebound. Boersma brings it up the floor, kicks it to Sudi. Sudi on the far side to Bennett. Zipping it over to Hayes. Hayes drives inside, bounces it to McCready. McCready spins around, goes underneath, up with the right, and gets it. 51-28, now under a minute to go, the Hornets lead. Kilborn, three-point shot, no good. Henley gets the rebound. And it'll be Boersma bringing it up again for Henley. He tries to go left with it, hard again, gets fouled, and he will go back to the line one more time. 36.2 to go in the ball game. Boersma at the line, averaging 4 points a game this season, but he's made an impact here tonight.
So far he has 12. He makes this to be 13.
So he missed the first. He's got the second coming up. And that one is good. 52-28 as Kissel will bring it up for North Valley. Kissel dishes it over to Kilborn. Kilborn thought about a 3, trying to get it inside to Cartwright, but it's stolen away by Boersma. Boersma ahead to Bennett. Bennett puts it on the deck. A beautiful step to the rim and the bucket from Bennett. 54-28, 15 to go in the game, and Henley going to come away with this one with league win number 3 on the season. They're going to remain in first place in the Skyline Conference. Boersma gets one more transition bucket, and that will bring us to the end of the ball game. 56-28 the final. The Hornets are victors this afternoon at North Valley High School. Going to take a break, come back. What we do, we'll break this one down for you on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Top Tree Services is the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome you back to North Valley High School. The final from this afternoon's basketball game between the Henley Hornets and the North Valley Knights, 56-28. The Hornets came out. They got on the road, finally been able to make this one up, and they got the win tonight, Dick, led by some pretty staunch defense by just about everyone on the floor, but that's nothing new for the Hornets.
No, they played really hard on both ends of the court, especially on defense. As far as scoring, Boersma led the Hornets with 15. Eli Hayes had 8. Frank had 3, Stork had 5, Sheen had 4, Bennett had 10. He had some key three-pointers when he came in. I think he's shooting about 90% from beyond the arc. Pretty impressive shooting. I'm serious about that.
Yeah, he's a very good shooter.
Fitz had 9, and McCready scored 2. Had a really sweet behind-the-backboard layup, reverse layup. Really nice job on his part. For North Valley, Champion led them with 12. Lobby had 2, Cartwright had 6, Kilburn had 3, Hawkins had 3, and Garreau had 2. So pretty good effort by the Hornets tonight. You know, they expected to win. We expected them to win, but they doubled North Valley's score, so 56-28.
Good win for the Hornets this afternoon. They now improve to 3-0 in conference play with the only conference game going on this afternoon. The Henley Hornets hold on to the number 1 spot in the conference. Klamath Union behind them with a 2-1 record. Mazama and Hidden Valley are each 1-1, and they are kind of fighting for that 3rd, 4th spot in the conference. Then you got Phoenix, who is 1-2. With this loss tonight, the North Valley Knights fall to 0-3 on the season. Again, Dick, you look at this conference standings one more time, another day, and another day where 3 Basin teams are at the top of the conference.
That's right, and that's good. You know, that says something for the way they play over there. You know, I think Henley's going. I'm going to make a prediction early.
Uh-oh.
Henley's going to win the Skyline.
Okay.
I'd put money on that if you'd like to bet me. That'd be a sure thing, I think.
Okay.
You know, Henley, I think you mentioned they're ranked 9th in the state now.
Right.
I would guess after the Knights win I don't know if they'll go up or not because North Valley's
last in the 4A right now.
So, you know, even though it's a good win, that's probably not going to do anything for the ranking. But, you know, I think people that make those decisions, you know, as far as ranking in schools are probably going to spend a little more time looking at the Skyline because, I think we've got some good teams down here, and I think that Henley should wind up moving up in the rankings. So.
Henley grabbing the win tonight for the Hornets. It was a 56-28 victory. We'll give you one quick idea real quick. The Oregon Tech Hustlin' Owls at halftime against Northwest University. They are leading by 11, 48-37. And, of course, if you'd like to tune on over to 92.5 KLAD, you can join Mike and Bobby for the second half of that one. Again, the Owls up 48-37. This about does it for us tonight. Appreciate you joining us in the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. Of course, you can follow Hornets basketball all season long on MyBasin.com. MyBasin.com is your home for everything going on in the Basin, from news, sports, special events, and everything else in between. Find it on MyBasin.com. Would like to thank North Valley Athletic Director Tim Sam this afternoon for getting us set up in the gym here at North Valley High School. And, of course, Jesse Hamilton, the AD up at Henley, allowing us to cover his team all season long. The final score this afternoon from North Valley High School, Henley improving to 3-0 in conference play with a 56-28 win over the North Valley Knights. For Dick North, I'm Josh Eldridge. Good night from Merlin, Oregon.
Good job, Josh.
I try.